Welcome everyone. It's a very beautiful day here and I'm very happy on this particular day and the topic I want to be talking about today. You're still always welcome to Epsiba Show, and today I'll be talking on my vows. My vows. Your marital vows. What should your vows on your wedding day be like? What is a vow, and how do you actually say your vows? What do you say during the vows? How do you keep your vows? So the topic is simply my vows. And okay, I'll start by telling us what a vow is. A vow is a promise or an oath. It's a promise. It's a promise that it's between two people. Now, it's important they make promise to themselves on their very special day, on the wedding day. Probably before the wedding, they've been saying so many things. You've been telling how him, I love you, and you're the best thing that has happened to me. But on your wedding day, on that special day, everybody wants to hear. They want to hear the promises you've been making to each other, because this is what they actually look out for. Now, it's an open declaration in front of witnesses. You make the open declarations you make to your partner. It's more than mere words. It's not just about the words. It's not about the things you've written down or you're being asked to say. It's an open declaration. It's what they take you for. You'll be taken for your words years later, and even people that don't get to see your your marriage, or get to know where you two will be relocating to, but they can actually, have in mind, bear in mind what they actually want to look out for, because they heard your vows, the vows you said to yourselves on your wedding day. Now, when you say your vows, you have to know that your vows, that every word in your vows, they count. Every word actually counts. And even if you're the one saying it, or someone is saying it and you have to repeat after the person, or you're just supposed to reply I will or I do, but every word you say during the vow time is very, very important. Now, I was going through so many wedding vows on the internet, and I came across some that I actually wrote down. And there's these vows, a particular Amy and Russell, they made to themselves on their wedding day. Now, I don't actually know where these couples are anymore. I don't even know if they are still married. I don't know if they are divorced. I don't know if one of the partner is already maybe dead, or I don't know how long that marriage has been. I don't know if they are separated now, or if one of them is late or not. But I was actually attracted to their vows, and it caught my attention to think of the fact that so many people make vows and they just say the words that day, and they're just excited saying the vows. And can that vow actually keep your marriage? Where has the vows taken you to today? Where are you now? Can you actually look into the eyes of your partner and still say those same things? The promises your partner made to you, are they keeping? Is the person keeping it? Is he or her, is she keeping the vows? And can you actually see those promises coming true, or it's now the opposite, or it's something else now in the marriage? Now, okay, I'm going to read the vow of Amy and Russell. They said to themselves, and here it goes. You are my lover, my teacher. You are my model and my accomplice. You are my true counterpart. I will love you, hold you, honor you. I will respect you, encourage you, and cherish you in health and sickness, through sorrow and success, for all the days of my life. This is the vows two people made to themselves. Now, like I said, every word when you say your vow counts. Every word is very important. When you say you are my lover, you're telling your partner that you in particular, not any other person, not some other people. That's the reason why you cannot so much accommodate excesses in your marriage. You can't share the same feelings you share with your partner with some other friends or some other people out there, because when you say you're personalizing your partner, you are my lover. You're not just a friend, you're not just a nobody, you're not just someone I met, but you are. That's why I said every word in the vows counts. My teacher, I am ready to learn from you. You are my model. I will learn from you. I will copy your ways. That means the ways of a partner have to be something that is copyable. It's something you can actually emulate. And we love even when your children come to also emulate from. That's why I will be your teacher. I will learn from you. I will encourage you. I will stay by you, because there are times your partner will definitely need an encouragement. You have to be an encourager. You have to be an encouragement to your partner. I will respect you. I will cherish you. Now, these things are not mere words. They are strong words. Some people's vows bring tears to the eyes of the listener on the wedding day. Do you want to make your listeners, laughing and happy, or you want to bring tears to their eyes? Now, it all depends on the words the vows carry. The vows ought to carry strong words, powerful words that you're saying it and you're sure you're going to keep to it. Now, here's another vow that I also wrote down. I promise to be your love, your companion and your friend, your partner in parenthood, your ally in conflict, your greatest fan and your toughest adversary, your student and your teacher, your consolation in disappointment, your accomplice in mischief. This is my sacred vow to you, my equal in all things, and more countless listed vows all over the net. So many vows out there. People say vows almost every day, almost every weekend. But where are those marriages today? Where are those marriages today? How have your vows been working for you in your marriage? Does he actually do the things he said he's going to do? Is she actually the woman you got married to and say your vows 2 years ago? Is she still that woman? How do you want your marriage to go? How do you want your vows to be? You don't say vows laughing and joking. You don't say vows like you don't mean it. You don't say vows taking it on serious. Vows are something that when you're saying it, you have to say it and mean it. You have to say it with all seriousness. When your partner look into your eyes, you should be able to see that you're serious about what you're saying. You're not saying your vows out of fear. You're not saying your vows in these doubts. Your voice is not, you're not saying it with a shaky voice or in doubts of, can you actually keep to these things you're saying? Or probably your friend helped you out in writing out the vows. Oh, tomorrow is the wedding. I'm so nervous. I've not written out my vows. How do I go about it? And then your friend just pick up a pen and write out some words for you. And the first time you're actually even maybe looking at it is when you're in front of your partner and you're just reading it. I will love you. I will be with you in tears, in sorrows, in pains, till death do us part. And you're just reading something somebody else wrote for you. Are those actually your vows? Are those actually the promises you're making to your partner and that you intend to keep? You have to understand that the attitude you say your vow is very important. Don't be careless about it. Don't be carefree about it. Don't say them, like I said, with doubts in your eyes. Your partner is really doubting, will you actually keep this thing? Your partner is looking at you and can you actually say your vows in tears or say your vows in sincerity? Like you mean it. You really need strength to help you carry out those promises that you are making to your partner. Okay, just imagine someone coming up to say a vow like, I will frustrate you in this marriage. I will deal with you. You're going to have so much problems with me. You will never have peace. I'm very sure that wedding will end right there, because that's to tell you how important the vows is. There are people listening to you. You're not telling your partner that you will never have peace in this wedding, in this marriage, and today as we're being joined together, just know you're going to be in for it. You don't go saying vows like that. That means your vows actually count and your partner take you for the things that you are saying. Now, after saying vows, people always seal the vow with a ring. The ring is to remind you of the vows, the promises you make to each other. Your ring is not just for you to carry around to show the whole world, I'm married, oh, I'm married. Maybe someone is trying to ask you out and you're saying, but excuse me, please, can't you see I'm married? And your ring is not just for you to show that you're married. It's not for fancy. That's one of the reasons why people ought to wear their rings all the time. Married people, they wear their rings all the time. It's to remind you of this particular seal of your vows. This seal, it's not just the title that your name has changed, or you're now a woman, I'm now married. It's to remind you the responsibilities you chose upon yourself. To remind you of your responsibilities as a wife, as a mother, as a friend, as a daughter-in-law, as a son-in-law. Your ring is to always remind you of the important promises you made to your partner. At every season in your marriage, in times of joy, you rejoice with yourselves. In times of tears, in times of mourning, in times of disappointment, when you ought to be an encouragement to your partner, your vows should always be the thing that you should never forget in your marriage. You ask some couples out there, what can you remember about your wedding day? They'll tell you, oh, the pictures, oh, it was a very lovely day, we took so many pictures, my gown was so beautiful, my husband was looking stunning and he was so handsome. And you try to ask them, how about the vows? What were your vows? What were your promises to your husband or your wife? They can't remember anything. Probably they can remember the priests or whoever joined them saying everything, and all they have to say is, well, I just said I do, or yes, I will. Even the yes, I will should count. When you look into the eyes of your partner and say, yes, I will. I haven't said all. Will you be there for me? Will you stand by me? Will you support me when I have, when I don't have, when it's the raining season, when it's the dry season, when we have to manage together, when we have to stay together, will you support me? And all you have to say is, I will, or I do, I accept. Now, those words too, they are like two words, but they should also count. Your vows are very important. Your vows are important. If you have the honor or the privilege to actually say your vows to each other on your wedding day, then say it like you mean it. Say it with all sincerity and let your partner be rest assured that marriage is going to be beautiful. I've actually seen some marriages that they were having some problems in the marriage, and the vows was what actually, adjusted things back and brought back the joy into their marriage. Counselors always try to remind you of take them back to their wedding day. Did you remember saying your vows to each other? What was your vows like? They try to use things like that because that's actually like a very powerful moment when you have to say those strong words to each other. Let your vows count. Do not ever forget your vows. Say them, mean them. They are promises you should always keep. You should always do your best to be the best friend to your partner, to be the best wife, to be the best mother to your kids, to be the best daughter-in-law, to be the best son-in-law, to be the best sister or brother-in-law, to all the people around you, to your partner, to his relatives, to his friends. You have to always work your marriage every day. Remember your vows and always renew your vows. Renew your vows constantly. Thank you very much again on this episode. And I always look out for your comments. I want to hear so much more. You can, if you're married, you can come up with your vows and share them on the comment box. Let's get to see some vows that you made to yourselves and also learn from them. And if you actually have the courage to share with us your experiences so far in your marriage, how's it been going? Has it been about the vows? Has he or she been keeping to the vows? Your comments are also very welcome. Thank you very much. I remain Queen Esther on F Special. Looking forward to your likes and your comments. Thank you very much.